What up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today on Fitness Tech Reviews, we're going to be going over the Garmin Forerunner 235. So this is an older watch. This watch came out in about 2016. It's 2021 now. Let's see if it still can hold up. First things first, let's go ahead and get into the specifications. So if you go onto the Garmin website, it'll say it's about $249, but you can actually find it on Amazon for about $166, and you can even find it less expensive on other sites as well. It is rocking a 1.23 IPS display. It can get fairly bright, but it's not the most vibrant screen, not the most colorful screen, but it can get bright in direct sunlight. It does have 5 atmospheres of water resistance, so if you want to go swimming, it does track swimming as well, so it's not a problem. It took me a little bit to find, but it has about a 240 milliamp hour battery that can give you 9 days of smartwatch features. But if you are looking to use its GPS, it'll use about 9 hours of full use. So if you want to go on triathlons, if you want to go on full marathons, you just need to make sure it's under 9 hours if you want to get the watch using the entire time. The sensors it has its GPS, and it also has GLONASS. That is the Global Navigation Satellite System. This is a Russian-based satellite system that has 24 extra satellites to give you extra accuracy in your GPS workouts. It does come in 3 colors. Comes in this black. It also comes in a frost blue, which I should have got, and it also comes in a Marcella. If you're looking to use it, you should have Android 4.3 or iOS 7.0 or better. Let's go ahead and look at the user interface of this guy. So first thing, this top left button, this will turn on the backlight if you need it. So it does have a bunch of buttons. It has its up and down button on this side. It has its sport mode button, and it also has its back button. On the back side, we have 3 LEDs to help out with heart rate monitoring, and it also has its charging cable right here, so it is more of a clasp for that. So you will need to line it up, clasp it on for your recharging. And then from there, when you hit your buttons, so it isn't a touchscreen first and foremost. When you go up, this is going to bring you to your notifications. When you go up again, where your connections are, your weather data, upcoming events, your steps and stuff like that, where your heart rate has been, and then of course back to your screen. And if you go down, kind of the same thing. The back button will bring you right home. If you hold the up button, it'll go to music controls, clock options, lock device, stuff like that. Now when you go ahead and click onto sports mode, that top right button, it's going to go into your activities. So if you want to change your activity, you have to hit that up button, and then you can change the activity from there, other, your run, indoor run, bike, and stuff like that. So if you click on to run, you can check out the menu for run, so your activity settings. This is where you're going to go. You can change out your data screens, your alerts, where your lap is automatically every 1 mile or 400 meters, whatever you want. If you want to auto pause scroll, check on your GPS. Remember, this is not built in, so when you want to click that. So you want to make sure to get your GPS and your GLONASS set up. And then not only that, you can go into power save mode if you want to, and even a profile color. So that's all your activity tracking, and then when you want to go into training, you can go into your different workouts that you might have built yourself, and even where your calendar is. If you want to go with for intervals and your finish time, it'll kind of calculate where your finish time would be, where your history are, where your stats are for the particular running, and then you can even go into settings, what your heart rate monitor is all about. You want to turn it on, you want to broadcast your heart rate, that's cool as well. You can check out your other sensors and accessories, so you can actually add different bands, like if you want a chest band or something like that, where your Bluetooth, alarm, do not disturb, activity tracking, all this, your profiles, and your system as well. Then you can go into smart notifications, and then this is just give you pretty much all where your notifications are just built in. And if you are looking to change out this strap, you might actually need something like an Allen wrench to be built in. I didn't do it myself, but the band itself is actually fairly comfortable, like a silicone-esque band. I'm pretty happy with the band itself. Let's go ahead and get the app. So it is the Garmin Connect app. This gives you everything just built in, but not everything. If you're looking to add extra things, you actually have to go into the Garmin IQ app to add things like watch faces and other kind of apps. But let's go ahead and look just right at the Garmin Connect app. This gives you all your metrics just built right in. I just put this Garmin back on. I've been using it last week. But so you can see your intensity minutes, where your steps are, calories, stuff like that. Has everything built into my day. You can also go into things at the bottom like challenges. You can get into challenges like 115K steps in April, stuff like this. And you can connect with other people as well with those challenges. When you go into your calendar, kind of just gets into some things that you've been doing, so where your workouts have been, what you might have missed out on and stuff like that, using the calendar to do that. Your news feed gives you, if you do have a lot of other friends built in, this will give you an idea of what everybody else is doing. You can even connect it to Google and Facebook, and notifications as well, new challenges and stuff like that. When you get to your drop down screen, this is where you have everything else. If you want to go into activities, steps, walking, running, stuff like that, and even intensity minutes. But when you go into stuff like running, you can actually see where you were for the past 7 days, 4 weeks, 1 year, stuff like that. And in your health statistics, sleep, weight, calories, you do of course have to put your weight in yourself, calories in, calories out. If you want to track your calories, it'll actually connect to MyFitnessPal to help you out with that, where your heart rate, your hydration has been. You can go into your statistics, your VO2 max. And when you go into training, this is actually very awesome. You can go into workouts and you can actually create workouts. So I created just having fun, your warm up. Then you could set paces for a certain amount of distance. So you have running programs, you could build it into your watch so you can check your pace, how long you have to be on that pace. So interval running built in. And also with training plans. When you go into training plans, you can go in some cycling training plans that can help you out with that. And you can actually find your own workouts. A lot of these workouts are built for more advanced watches. So stuff like Tabatas and like core workout and stuff like that, that won't be built into this watch. You can break it down if you are looking for like a cardio workout and what it might apply to you, all that. So you can get right in and do a little bit of that as well. So that is a fun little niche that's built right into the app. So you can get little insights about where you are, how you've been throughout your entire training program, go into connections, who you're actually connected with, groups, contacts. You can actually go with live track. So if you want somebody to be able to follow your run, you can actually track your location in real time. If you want to do like a 5K or something like that, so people can actually watch you through it. Then you have your iQ store, other Garmin devices, your settings and stuff like that if you want to change out your notifications on what gets in. So pretty much it's always coming on. I did change out the notifications a little bit because it was getting a little annoying, especially the vibration feature is not the most subtle. It is a little loud with the vibration feature. Let's go ahead and get into the fitness and sleep tracking of the Garmin Forerunner 235. So when I go into activities, I can go into like all my activities, see where everything was. My running went relatively well, so I'll check this out. That gives me all my running statistics, even a GPS loadout of what it looked like, and also it sees where my pace was throughout. So I did a little bit more interval, a little bit kind of going fast, slow to get my heart rate up and down. And you have all this built right in, and then you have some other metrics, your average speed, all built right in, and then you can even see your lap time, and all the way over here you can actually see where you were as far as your heart rate is concerned. Heart rate in general went fairly well as far as running was concerned. It seemed to go with the ebbs and flows. I got my Whoop right over here to kind of give you an idea of where my heart rate was, so it was pretty accurate in that regard. So with running, it's awesome. But with interval training, it didn't really catch me too well. So when I go to the heart rate to the interval training, it was just a little bit lower than it really should have been. I got to higher heart rates, but it did fairly well. But especially with a lot of wrist flexion, it doesn't seem to track you too well. So a longer cardio workout, that's what it's really built for. It's not really built for that high intensity interval training. Talking about running, it did amazing. So on that run, it was awesome to just look down and always see where my pace. It updated fairly quickly, so to be able to check my pace when I went faster, when I went slower. You do have to set up the GLONASS in the watch itself. That is not already built in. It's just GPS coming in, so you do have to actually turn on the GLONASS. So with my sleep tracking, I don't think it got me too well the first day, but on the second day, it actually did fairly well. It says I got about 8 hours and 36 minutes of sleep. That overestimated by a little bit and didn't get how much I was awake. It just does deep light and awake. It doesn't do REM sleep or anything like that, so it's not the best metrics when we're talking about sleeping, but it's fairly accurate. It's definitely, I use my Whoop band for my sleep tracking, again, all that right up here. So if you are looking for something that's better with sleep tracking, I wouldn't really recommend it too much. So what are my overall thoughts and recommendations? So with this Garmin Forerunner 235, it is awesome for run training. I'm going to get back into a little bit of run training, so I'm going to be using this guy to help me see where my pace is, because it's just so easy to read as you are running. And you know, maybe one of these days I'll be a triathlete, but not right now. But it'll be fairly good for a triathlete. Again, under 9 hours for it, because that's as big as the battery life is. As far as high intensity interval training and sleep tracking is concerned, it's kind of subpar. Again, at about this price range, about $166. You can find better for both of those things, maybe even the Fitbit Charge 4, but if you are looking for good run, cycling, swim tracking, it is built all into the Garmin Forerunner 235. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please smash that like button if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you really enjoyed this. If you use my links down below, send you to Amazon, and a little bit of your purchase will help me build my channel. But other than that, stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, stay positive. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.